There's this secret fear that so many successful leaders share, especially female entrepreneurs. It's this deep down feeling that you're a total fraud and that any day now, everyone's going to find you out. It is such a powerful and common feeling, and honestly, we need to talk more about it.
So, does that sound familiar? That little nagging voice in the back of your head, the one that whispers, oh, you just got lucky, or you're not nearly as smart as they think you are? If that hits home for you, I want you to know you are so not alone. The thing is, this feeling, it isn't just some random self-doubt. It actually has a name. It's a well-known psychological pattern, and it is incredibly common, especially when you're a new business owner just stepping into the spotlight. So what are we really talking about here? It's called imposter syndrome. And really, it's all about that massive gap between the reality of your success, the actual proof, and your internal feeling that you're a total fraud. It's that constant nagging fear of being found out. And look, this is not a harmless feeling. This constant internal battle, it has serious consequences for your mental health. It can lead to crippling anxiety, total and complete burnout, and even depression. It just drains away all the passion that got you started in the first place. Now, it's important to realize this doesn't happen in a vacuum. Especially for women in leadership, this pressure often gets turned way up. There are these unique external forces at play that can turn that quiet whisper of self-doubt into a full-on roar. I mean, just think about how these things pile on top of each other. You've got societal expectations that are still a bit weird about female authority. You've got these ingrained cultural stereotypes you're constantly fighting against. And then there's that relentless feeling that you have to work twice as hard just to be seen as equally competent. It is exhausting. And if you think this is just for people starting out, get this. Sarah Blakely, the billionaire founder of Spanx, she has been incredibly open about her own struggles with feeling like a fraud, even after building this massive world-changing company. Her story just goes to show this isn't about a lack of ability, it's a shared human struggle. Okay, so that's the problem. It's a big one. But what's the solution, right? How do we actually fight back against that voice that tells us we're a fraud? Well, the path forward is all about turning inward and embracing the most powerful tool you have, your authentic self. This right here is the heart of it all. The single most powerful antidote to feeling like an imposter isn't trying to be someone you're not. It's about leaning into exactly who you are. That, my friends, is what authentic leadership is all about. So what does that actually look like in practice? Well, it really breaks down into these 4 foundational pieces. It all starts with defining your core non-negotiable values. Then you create a clear vision that gets you excited. Third, you make sure your daily actions actually line up with those values. And finally, you lead from a place of real purpose and passion. Okay, let's get practical. We've talked about the problem, we've talked about the big picture solution. Now let's build your playbook with some real concrete strategies you can start using like today.
First up, we have to tackle that internal monologue. The battle against imposter syndrome is almost always won or lost right between your own ears. So we've got to start rewriting that script. Here's your game plan. First, you need hard evidence. I mean, literally, sit down and write out a list of your skills, your experiences, your wins. Second, reframe failure. It's not proof that you're a fraud, it's a lesson. It's just data. And third, you have to actively fight back against that negative voice with positive affirmations. Okay, strategy number 2, and this one is a biggie. You absolutely cannot do this alone. Isolation is where imposter syndrome thrives. It loves when you're by yourself. So you have to be intentional about building a strong, supportive community around you. So who should be in your corner? Well, think of it like building a team. You need peers who just get what you're going through. You need mentors who've already walked the path. You need a bigger community that makes you feel like you belong. And hey, don't forget professionals like therapists or coaches who can give you expert guidance. And last but not least, strategy number 3. This one might sound really simple, but trust me, its psychological impact is huge. You have to learn to celebrate your progress, especially the small wins along the way. And here's why this works so well. Every single time you acknowledge a win, no matter how tiny, you are creating a positive feedback loop in your brain. You are literally training yourself to recognize your own competence. It reinforces your self-worth and builds this incredible momentum, one small victory at a time. So after all of this, what's the one thing I really want you to take away? It's this. Your unique journey, your inherent worth, and your voice as a leader, they aren't just valid,
They are absolutely essential. So I'm going to leave you with a challenge, something you can do right now. Just take a second and think. What is one small win, one little piece of progress that you are going to consciously acknowledge and celebrate today?